Hey guys, Dave Mature here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my tech reviews. So if you haven't seen the previous video where I unboxed this Dell monitor, go ahead and check that out. There's going to be a link somewhere, some kind of annotation to go ahead and click on that. Check that video out first if you're interested. If not, if you just want to see the review, then this is just plainly the review. So moving on. One thing before we start this video, I want to make a quick note. On my previous video for the unboxing, I accidentally said this was a IPS monitor. That was a big mistake. Thank you for one of my viewers for actually leaving a comment and telling me that I should check that again. So this is actually a VA panel, which is similar to an IPS, and in the sense that you don't lose that sort of color when you look at different viewing angles. You don't lose that sort of sense of color, and it doesn't change the way you're looking at the panel based off where you're looking at it. So quick change there. I'm sorry about that. Moving on though, this is going to be a really quick review on just things that I like, things that I didn't like. I've had this for about a week now. And sorry again, I have the box here. I don't have the actual monitor here just because I have it set up with the stand and everything going on. And it would just take too much work to take it apart and bring it here. So instead I'm going to have some clips going around along this video, just showing you different parts of the video and clips of the monitor to show you guys what I'm talking about, what I mean. So really quickly, let's just go off the specs here. So this is a Dell 32-inch curved gaming monitor. All right, the specific model number is S3220DGF. Now this is a 32-inch curved monitor, which this is the first time using curved monitors. It looks awesome. Moving on, it is 166 hertz is the max. 165 hertz. It also has, here we go, it's DisplyHDR 400 certified. So this means that it supports HDR10. It's not the best HDR from what I've heard, but it supports HDR10. It looks pretty well, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as to why it doesn't really matter. Also has a 4 millisecond response time, which is thanks to that VA panel here, allowing this to be a really fast response time for gaming. Besides that, it also supports Freesync 2, which is AMD's version of G-Sync, which is basically allows you to play games without V-Sync activated, and the monitor automatically sort of does that V-Sync for itself. It reduces the amount of sort of tearing that you have in video games. Moving on, I think I forgot to mention, this is a 1440p monitor, so it is it's in between 4K and 1080p. I personally like 1440p. I think it looks really well. And for the size, everything, it works perfectly well. So moving on to sort of the things that I really liked about this monitor. So first thing, I love the size. The size, I think, is awesome. I think the 32-inch is big enough, but not too big where it becomes too big. I think 32 is about as big as I want to go. It's still comfortable to view it at a closer angle, further angle, and it makes it easier to look at because of the curved monitor. So I like the size and the shape of it because of how it's shaped as a curve. This is the first time, like I said, of using a curved monitor. I gotta say, the curve is awesome on this thing. You really sort of you sort of become immersed into this whole entire monitor just because of the curve, and it just makes it so much easier to view all sides and all areas of the panel without having any kind of issues and without having to move your head around a lot. Another thing I really liked was the color and the sharpness of this guy. The colors, because of HDR on and off, I mean, the colors look amazing. So if you guys don't know, I have an IPS monitor, I have a TN panel monitor, and I have this VA panel. So I have all three different types. You know, I have 1080p, I have 1440p, so I have varieties of monitors, and I gotta say, this guy looks the best of all three. Color-wise, it's awesome. It looks very, very good compared to other ones. There's no adjustment needed. I mean, you can adjust it, make it look a lot better, I assume, but just straight out of the box, it looks awesome. It beats out the other two monitors completely. It's awesome, and with HDR activated, the colors are just amazing, and there's even videos where literally the whole entire video changes, the picture changes because of HDR being activated. So it's awesome. I'll show you guys that clip right here. That being said, another thing I really like is using this for gaming. I think gaming-wise, it looks awesome. It makes the game look so much more immersive, and it just I'm playing on a 32-inch screen. It really looks like you're playing on a TV, and you really get to enjoy not only the amazing colors and the immersion, but like just the size of it, and laying back and just playing with a controller or even using a keyboard and mouse. It just looks awesome. You really get that great experience. So HDR, it's sort of a love-hate relationship here. I really like HDR when it works. And I'll explain what I mean in a little bit when I go into things I didn't like too much about the monitor, but it works really well. When it works really well. It has nice colors. In games, it looks awesome. In normal content, watching videos that support HDR, 4K HDR, this looks awesome. Moving on to things that I didn't like. Now, quick disclaimer here as well. When I say things I didn't like, it's something that there's nothing I overly hate about this monitor. There's nothing is a deal breaker for me. There's nothing I absolutely hate. Overall, I give this like a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Like, I love this thing right here. So these are just small little gripes that I have that I was just expecting a little bit better from. So first is HDR. HDR works weird for Windows machines and monitors because it doesn't always activate well. It sometimes blacks out your screen and brings it back if you're like trying to like raise the volume. Let's say I have like a little on my keyboard, I can increase my volume, and when I press the volume button, it actually, especially when I'm playing video game, it blacks out to turn off HDR. So it compresses that little notification I have for increasing my volume, and then when that closes, then my screen goes back up into the actual game again without it, it blacks out again. So it's really annoying to really have to deal with. Also, HDR, when you're using normal content, is really bright. So when you're working in the day, it's fine, but when you actually have HDR turned on at night, like, it literally burns your eyes. Especially looking at a white page, it just burns your eyes. So I actually have it turned off all the time, except if I'm playing video games, but knowing I'm watching something that has HDR, I literally completely turn HDR off until they sort of work on that a little bit better. So moving on to the last nitpick that I have, it's actually just because of the size. The letters and everything are smaller, so it makes everything a little bit harder to read. Now, that being said, it's not a bad thing. You get really used to it really, really fast. Like, now, I don't even think about it. When I first started, this was a little annoying, but for me right now, I personally don't care. You move forward or zoom in a little bit. So it's not a deal breaker. It's something you get used to, and you don't even like sort of realize after a while. So for me, it doesn't bother me anymore, but I know it did in the beginning. So that's something, again, that was a little bit of a nitpick. Overall, though, this monitor, if you're looking for a monitor, this is a $450 monitor, around that price point, depending on where you look. This guy is amazing. If you ever consider getting something, a curved monitor, something that you can use for gaming and professional use, I would recommend this guy. It's double usage. You have a great time gaming with a really small response time, HDR, 165 hertz, Freesync, so all the stuff that's made for gaming. And this is a gaming monitor, but you can also use this for professional work. You have your HDR, you have a huge variety of the color scheme, or whatever it's called. And just in general, it makes working on and editing and all that stuff so much better because of how big the screen is. You just have so much more real estate to work with and so much more space to sort of see things without having to zoom in and out. So I really love that about the monitor. So it's a really great professional and gaming tool. So overall, I would give this like I mentioned before, 9.5 out of 10. I think this thing is really awesome. I really love it. I love what it's doing. It looks awesome without the bezel, with the infinite display. It just looks beautiful, and I definitely recommend this for anyone that's looking into getting a monitor. Definitely check this out. Think about getting this, and definitely 9.5 out of 10. Again, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for the HDR and the size difference. But again, those are not big deal breakers. I mean, honestly, you don't need HDR to really experience this monitor to its fullest, and the size, you get used to it. You can also change your fonts and your zoom size, so really you can fix those problems really easily as well. So really, it's not even that big of a deal. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching another one of my tech reviews. Hopefully you enjoyed. Coming up with this monitor series, we're actually gonna have a monitor stand, desk stand video coming out soon. and there's gonna be an unboxing for that, and there's gonna be an actual review / actually showing you guys my whole entire gaming setup and how everything, my whole setup and how everything works. So that being said, guys, keep tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more upcoming videos. We got some awesome videos coming forward, not just this, but we got another tech unboxing coming soon, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. When that package arrives, it's gonna be hint a little camera here that we can use to make some more action fun oriented videos. So I'm really excited for that. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. So make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video, comment down below if there's anything you guys want to see, if there's anything that you think I missed or you want me to add, or if there's anything I made a mistake on and accidentally jumbled up and said the wrong thing. Definitely leave a comment down below. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another one of my videos. Peace out.